You do not do, any more, black shoe, in which I have lived like a foot, for 30 years, poor and white, barely daring to breathe or achoo. Daddy, I have had to kill you. You died before I had time. Marble heavy, a bag full of God, ghastly statue with one gray toe, big as a Frisco seal. And ahead in the freakish Atlantic, where it pours bean green over blue, in the waters off beautiful Nauset, I used to pray to recover you. Ach, do. In the German tongue, in the Polish town, scraped flat by the roller, of wars, wars, wars. But the name of the town is common, my Polack friend. Says there are a dozen or two, so I never could tell where you put your foot, your root. I could never talk to you. The tongue's stuck in my jaw. It's stuck in a barbed wire snare. Each. I could hardly speak. I thought every German was you, in the language obscene, an engine, chuffing me off like a Jew to Dachau, Auschwitz, Belsen. I began to talk like a Jew. I think I may well be a Jew. The snows of Tyrol, the clear beer of Vienna, are not very pure or true. With my gypsy ancestress and my weird luck, and my Tarek pack, I may be a bit of a Jew. I have always been scared of you, with your Luftwaffe, your gobbledygoo, and your neat mustache, and your Aryan eye, bright blue. Panzerman, oh you. Not God, but a swastika, so black no sky could squeak through. Every woman adores a fascist. The boot in the face, the brute heart of a brute like you. You stand at the blackboard, Daddy, in the picture I have of you. A cleft in your chin instead of your foot, but no less a devil for that. No, not any less the black man who bit my pretty red heart in two. I was 10 when they buried you. At 20 I tried to die and get back to you. I thought even the bones would do. But they pulled me out of the sack, and they stuck me together with glue. And then I knew what to do. I made a model of you. A man in black with a Mein Kampf look, and the love of the rack and the screw. And I said, I do. So, Daddy, I'm finally through. The black telephone's off at the root. The voices just can't worm through. If I've killed one man, I've killed two. The vampire who said he was you, and drank my blood for a year, 7 years, if you want to know. Daddy, you can lie back now. There's a stake in your fat black heart, and the villagers never liked you. They are dancing and stamping on you. They always knew it was you. Daddy, you bastard, I'm through.
This is an analysis of Daddy by Sylvia Plath. The speaker links her contradicting emotions from the loss of her father and her grief towards men in general to the Holocaust and the atrocities brought on by men in the world. This meaning connects to the antecedent scenario because the speaker's father was oppressive towards her, which made her have harsh feelings towards the patriarchy as a whole. There are 16 stanzas and a quintet structure. The poem has a major shift at line 61 when the speaker switches from marinating in the tension between her contradicting emotions and initiating her transcendence to empowerment, as she has gained the courage to see past these emotions and harness clarity. The climax occurs in the 14th stanza when the speaker finally decides that she is through with her father and the influences his memory has had upon her. The skeleton of the poem is formulated by a peaking and dipping structure. It begins at a peak and then subtly dips, then gradually peaks, but then reaches a harsh dip after the climax. The poem is made new by adding the parallels to the Holocaust and German history. Plath feels that women are submissive to masculinity and the art of it characterizing a gender role. The hard-headed, steadfast nature of both her father and her husband has oppressed her. Yet, ironically, that is what women are attracted to. She utilizes an acrimonious tone with Holocaust imagery, emphasizing her wrathful aura until the final lines when her tone shifts to jubilant. The agent is her contradicting emotions toward her father and his loss. At times, she would lament at the fact of not having a relationship with him, but then would remember how awful he was and wish him dead. She reminisces on these wishes from when he was alive. This initiates her electric complex, which is the opposite of Freud's Oedipus complex, and says that daughters see mothers as rivals for psychological attention and energy of their father. A Road Not Taken could have included a stanza or two outlining the speaker's life after shedding her father's influence after she finds clarity. The poem is an allegory that portrays the conflicting emotions of a daughter towards her father. There are some internal rhyme schemes and the sound oo repeated, but other than that, the poem has no apparent rhyme scheme. The poem characterizes a free verse poem containing enjambment. The poem invents a comparison between a terrible father's influence and the Holocaust, which we had never seen before. Imaginatively, this pieces together the submerging themes of love, hatred, and loss to create the main theme of the struggle to fathom the contradicting emotions that come with the loss of an imperfect parent. The speaker delivers her struggle utilizing an acrimonious tone until after the climax. In order to profess her emotions, the speaker utilizes various figurative devices such as dark imagery of German and Holocaust history, seen throughout the poem, emphasized by onomatopoeia in the 5th line with the word achu, and in the 27th line with a repetition of ich. To deliver her confessions, she utilizes alliteration in the 6th line when speaking, "Daddy, I have had to kill you," and in the 64th line, "I made a model of you." To readdress the focus to her own emotions, the speaker utilizes similes throughout the poem. In the 3rd line, she describes her life in which I have lived like a foot, and in the 32nd line, chuffing me off like a Jew, to best describe her feeling of worthlessness. To re-examine the importance that her father and his loss has had to her, she utilizes metonymy in the 46th line when professing not God but a swastika. Although common on the left side of the poem's page, the right side is filled with internal rhyme with a repetition of the sound oo. This masks her repetition of the word you throughout this side of the poem, leading up to her climax. Although this poem withstood my parameters of personal grief, loss, hatred, and anger, I am able to empathize with the speaker at the troubling, conflicting emotions that come with an imperfect parent. This poem has allowed me to empathize with the speaker because this struggle is not commonly addressed and it should be brought up more often, and many people do not understand how to deal with the conflicting emotions that come between love and being upset.